Good Tuesday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Beach High School, the site of this girls' basketball matchup between the Upperman Lady Bees and the Shelbyville Eaglettes. I'm Noah McKay on the call here in the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. The lovely Madison McKay producing things for us this evening. One game for the Lady Bees as they have another neutral site contest, their third straight, and they're looking for victory number 3 here on the early campaign. They get another 4A opponent today. It is the 2-1 Shelbyville Eaglettes under head coach Jarrett Potts Ransom. They are 2-1, as I mentioned. A loss to Franklin Road Academy 55-44 to open their season. Then a dominant win over a very bad Glencliff team, 78-10. And a narrow win yesterday on this floor against Beach as Beach hosts a 2-day classic here ahead of Thanksgiving. For the Upperman Lady Bees, they are also 2-1. Opened the year with a nice 15-point victory over Clay County. Lost a narrow one against a very solid 4A Morristown East team on Saturday morning. Followed it up with a win over 4A Maryville on Saturday afternoon, 42-36. Upperman in their pink out jerseys today for the first time, maybe the only time this season. We'll have to wait and see if they break them out one more time. Live on the main UCR Facebook page, YouTube channel, and the NFHS network tonight. 3 games across our network. We will be the only show in town. Then we will hand the headset over to Jacob Vincent at Cookville, where the Lady Cavaliers and Cavs welcome in York later on this evening in a doubleheader. Another good test for this Upperman squad, who's looking to continue the defensive effort and maybe add to the scoring a little bit here early in the season. 53, 44, and 42 points their outputs. That's no surprise. This is a defensive-heavy basketball team, but they do have very good shooting, and they'll see if they can shoot it in this gym a little bit better than they did on Saturday. Let us know in the comments who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Today's broadcast is presented by our friends at Gentry's Power Equipment, your hometown steel dealer. Give us a thumbs up, a like, and a share, and comment along with us this afternoon as we get ready for the Thanksgiving break. We will have a busy night across the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. We'll culminate it with the UCR football and basketball show probably around 9:30 or so later on tonight. Jacob and myself will preview the semifinal round before Jacob gets a well-earned couple of days off, and I handle other business starting tomorrow. The pink jerseys for the Lady Bees today, Shelbyville in their traditional whites with blue accents and gold numbers. Upperman challenging themselves once again against a 4A opponent, their third 4A matchup already here in 4 games. We're live at Beach, a neutral site, so it'll be relatively quiet in the building. Lead official throws it up. Let's get it on here as Upperman possesses the opening tip. Same starters for the Lady Bees as we've seen all season. Cora Bass, Sadie South, Maggie and Gracie Butler, and Taylor Delenti. Taylor Delenti with it left side gives to Maggie Butler. She'll trigger the 3, in and out, no. Rebound down. South had it for a moment, just tipped away. And now the Eaglettes will push it ahead, and we've got a stoppage for the clock. The clock was not ticking here in the building, so they'll have to get that corrected. Starters tonight for the Eaglettes: Janiyah Leslie, Jazz Western, Nija Gray, Lanaya Young, and Morgan Pridmore. And now we've got the clock ticking. They're just going to start it. So they'll put it up to 7:55, and we'll pretend the last possession didn't happen, I guess, clockwise. We'll have a 32-minute and 30-second game tonight as they'll possess it in the half court. Eaglettes, they're going to try and drive it a lot. Not the best shooting team in the world. They can shoot it from time to time, but it'll be heavy in the lane. Upperman will try to defend it just like that as Delenti tips it out of play. What a weekend it was for Taylor Delenti. She's had a really good start to her junior season, really emerging as one of the stars in the Upper Cumberland. 22 points in the first game against Morristown East. Really the only Lady B who could find her shot in that game. As the inbounds pass comes for the Eaglettes, Western sends it across. Now a tie-up. Nicely done there. Gracie Butler got her hands on it. It'll stay on this end with Shelbyville. We apologize. It was a brief Crouch Team with Highlands Lake Real Estate pregame show, but we are quick into the action here. A good boys game just went down on this floor between Arlington out of Memphis. As now this one's nearly stolen away, and Stewart's Creek with Arlington getting a win despite a late comeback attempt, and there's a travel. Nicely defended by Maggie Butler, who's really starting to come into her own. Dana McWilliams yesterday during halftime of that boys' victory talked about how, these are just her first varsity games, and she's starting to get comfortable. It's slowing down just a little bit for her. Expect big things out of Maggie Butler. Cora Bass nicely defended. She's able to tip it over to Maggie Butler. Now Delenti left side. Taz goes to work with it with a left-handed dribble. Back to Gracie Butler. Butler with a few dribbles. Now kicks back Cora Bass. Bass activates into the play, kicks to Delenti. Delenti off the dribble, floats back. How about that last night for Upperman, the boys? First game of the season, dominant victory for them as Delenti slices in. It's knocked out of her hands by Western, and it'll go the other way. Now pushing it into the half court is Western. She slices through. Nice block by Gracie Butler. Now Maggie with the board. She'll put the dribble down and push it ahead to her twin, Gracie. Gracie across the timeline, loses handle, flips to Delenti. She'll trigger the deep three. Got it. Taylor Delenti with a Sonia Brown American Way Real Estate three. Picking up right where she left off in a little full court press here for Upperman. It's a shallow press, and they'll sag off. Bass meets Western as she crosses the timeline. Minute 40 into the ball game here this afternoon. A 3-0 Lady Bees lead. Final score will be probably somewhere in the 40s and 30s, because that's what happens when the Lady Bees roll into town. Baseline drive here, nicely defended by Delenti. Upperman, as they typically do, starts in the man-to-man. We will no doubt see the 2-3 deployed soon. Trying to drive on Butler. Good defense again, Maggie Butler. She goes and gets the rebound and now pushes it ahead to Gracie. Gracie into the half court, over to Bass. Little head fake, Cora Bass now reverses back out. Delenti's wide open for three. No good, missed it wide left, and possession will go back to the Eaglettes. A game on paper, Upperman should win. But on paper games, especially early in the season, can be weird. You're trying to find your rotations. You're finding your rhythm. You're not doing a lot of scouting. So Upperman's got to come out and play well today. Good start on defense. 3-0 here, 2.5 minutes or so into the game. Little give and go, trying to break the press. Butler gets back, now a drive, little bounce speed. Struggled with the pickup just a little bit. Pridmore now, again, Maggie Butler picks her up. Looked like they wanted to attack the block, but Maggie Butler's doing such a good job there. Delenti with help, a turnover, and it'll go back the other way. Still very early in this ball game, 2.5+ minutes in. It's 3-0 Lady Bees on the Taylor Delenti three. South back to Cora Bass, now Delenti left wing side. Now Maggie Butler, back to Delenti. Interesting kind of stretched out zone look here for Shelbyville. This is a new look that Upperman's seen, and there's a foul as McFarland tried to poke it. It'll be the first foul of the game, and it goes on the Eaglettes. A Shelbyville team that had a really strong kind of middle 2000s, then fell off the face of the earth the past few years. They have rebounded a bit, much more competitive the past couple of seasons. They will be competitive in their district this year. Probably a year or two away from really having a chance to compete as Delenti's free. Nobody closed out. They get away with it that time, but Shelbyville's going to want to defend that better or she'll go unconscious. 4:47 to play in the first quarter. It's 3-0 Upperman. Western back to the table. No move to anybody yet for Dana McWilliams. Ella Harrell, Ava Mae Allen, kind of the first two off the bench. Saw a lot of Cassie Crouch in game number 2 against Maryville. Did a pretty good job in those minutes. Anaya Young has it now right side. She bounces to the top of the key. You see Upperman really packing the paint defensively, not that concerned with the shots. Driving inside, shot blocked. Maggie Butler with the block, and it's going to the Lady Bees. Great opening 3.5 minutes defensively for Maggie Butler here in her 4th start at the varsity level. Cora Bass turns up the speed into the half court. Now we'll flip back to Gracie Butler. Gracie over to Taylor Delenti. Delenti goes to work, finds Maggie. Maggie flips inside to Gracie, goes up. Nice take, Gracie Butler. And it's 5-0 Lady Bees, and we'll have a stoppage for a shoe tying there for Shelbyville. And the net's a little bit off kilter. Midway through the first quarter, a 5-0 lead for the Lady Bees. No more games till Thanksgiving for Upperman after today. As Western tries to bring it up against Bass. Slowed up, now flips it to Young. Anaya Young. Upperman attempt to stay in man-to-man. It's working for him so far. Now a little inside feed going up. Nice take. Western with a good finish. And it's the first points of the game for the Eaglettes. Now Bass bounces it to South. Nice feed to Gracie Butler. Gives up the three. Instead back to South. South, little head fake. Now a pass to Bass. He's able to maintain possession. Gracie Butler off the dribble. Going to get free inside. Nice take, but couldn't get the finish. Now another tip. Sadie South escapes with the basketball. Out to Maggie Butler. Back to South. Open three. Good. Sadie South with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Second of the quarter for Upperman. Remember in game number 1 when they hit 11, they can really shoot it. Sadie South struggled in game number 1. Just couldn't find that shot in a very interesting gym at Morristown East. A great third quarter against Maryville. Really sparked her team to the victory. Ended up being the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game. She gives the Lady Bees an 8-2 lead with 3 minutes to go in the first. Pass right side goes to Western. Western off a screen now. Fires it over. Grabbed by Patton. Patton off the bench now to Western. Business as usual. Upperman now into the 2-3. Patton. Right side. Western. Western sends the pass out. And again, they're just playing around the world. Upperman content to let them do that. Trying to drive in. Now a nice tip by Delenti. Nearly a steal, and it is a steal. Cora Bass runs it down. Now it's a foot race. Bass in the half court. Left-handed lay too strong. Rebound down, and it'll come out the other way. Pushing it is Young. Now fires a pass back. McFarland. Now they send it left side for Western. Western with the only 2 so far. Now an errant pass out of play. It'll go back to the Lady Bees. Ella Harrell checking in. And Cora Bass going to get a breather, so we'll see Gracie Butler run the point for the next couple of minutes. 2:10 to go in the first. It's an 8-2 Lady B advantage. Valenti with it. Maggie Butler now to South. Some of the shooters have been free for Upperman so far. They've hit a couple of triples. Kind of a very interesting look of this zone out of Shelbyville. Into the middle of the lane goes Butler. Now back to Valenti. Now South. Free throw line, Gracie Butler. Nice shot fake. Feeds it across to Harrell. It's tipped out of play. It'll stay with the Lady Bees. 1:43 to go here in the first quarter. Butler looking to inbound. Right to Gracie off the glass. Couldn't finish. 3 missed layups for Upperman here in quarter number 1. Should be a double-digit game. Instead, Shelbyville only down 6. Here's Young. But they're getting the looks they want. You got to hope those will fall eventually. Now a steal for Gracie Butler. Pushing it ahead in the half court in transition. Butler kicks to South. She'll adjust. Trigger. No good. Rebound down, and Young will push it ahead. Running towards Maggie Butler. Young drives inside. Nice step through off the glass for 2. Nice play there for Young, and it's back to a 4-point game. Upperman just looking to hit the bunnies right now. Missing layups inside. Easily should be about a 14-4 ball game. Maggie Butler with a corner 3. No good. South right there for the rebound. Delenti back to South. Triggers the corner 3. No good. Rebound down again. Wide open looks. We'll have a tie-up and a foul. Gracie Butler will pick up the first foul of the game against the Lady Bees with 49 seconds to go in the opening quarter. And Cassie Crouch goes flying to the table. She's going to check in. Ava Mae Allen also into the game for the first time today. Full court press here for Upperman as they try and get possession back. Trying to break it. Allen gets a little swipe on it. Now a pass ahead. Dangerous. Butler tips it up, but Young comes away. Now Young picked up by Crouch in the half court. 35 seconds. She'll set back up. See if Shelbyville holds for the final shot. They're fortunate to only be down 4 right now. Right pass over McFarland. Now Allen forces the pickup. She'll send it over. Little mid-range jumper up, in and out. No. Delenti with the board and a chance for Upperman for the final shot. 15 seconds. Right side Crouch. Cassie Crouch now to Ava Mae Allen. Allen with a few dribbles. Now goes to work in the half court. 2 seconds to Crouch. Got to put up a shot. Butler. This will count if it goes, but it's no good. And brings us to the end of quarter number 1. Upperman with an 8-4 lead. We'll be back. Coverage of this game is presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Shelbyville Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman football on...
Welcome back. 8-4 our score. Upperman with the lead and the basketball. Cassie Crouch still in the game. She'll bring it across the timeline. For Upperman, missed a bunch of easy ones, a few wide-open threes, but 3 missed layups. The only reason this game is close. Really controlled everything about that first frame. Taylor Delente with it in the half court. Now Crouch. Crouch fires to Butler. Maggie Butler off the dribble. Speaking of Crouches in threes, Lady B royalty in attendance today. Brooklyn Crouch. Sadie South open three. Good. Sadie South, her second. Sonia Brown, American Way Real Estate 3 of the quarter, or of the half rather. And Upperman's out in front by 7. There's Young into the half court. Sends it against this zone pressure. The 2-3 of the Lady Bees, so vaulted and so tough to solve. 14 points allowed in a state semifinal game against South Gibson last year. Maybe the hallmark signature game of this defense. There's another steal forced by Maggie Butler. Went right to Delente. Delente into the half court. Over to Allen. Allen back to Delente. Now a 3 for South. She's feeling it. That barely hit the net. A Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Third of the half for Sadie South. And it's a double-digit Lady Bees lead. Now Young sends a pass across. Shot up. Nothing doing. Butler tips it over to Delente. Now Upperman pushing it again. Delente over to South for her third 3 of the quarter. Good! Sadie South, unconscious from long range. She's got 4 in the half, 3 in the last 90 seconds. Here's Young again, another steal. Delente gets it to South. Now it's loose on the floor, still loose. Delente has it. Here come the Lady Bees again. Give it to 11 and get out of the way. Delente drives over, now forced back. Finds Allen. Now Crouch open in the corner. The freshman for 3, no good. Long rebound. It comes out, and Shelbyville with an opportunity. They'll push it ahead. Running into the teeth of the defense. Wild shot. Rebound down to Delente. Should be another steal, quite frankly. Here comes Taz into the half court. Over to Allen. Everybody's open. Maggie Butler sends it to Crouch. AMA Allen wide open. Back to Crouch. There's now face guarding Sadie South. Now to Butler. Into the corner, Allen. Little head fake to the baseline. Now picks up. Back out Maggie Butler. Crouch with it. Right side Delente. South goes free onto the left wing side. Butler into Allen. A lot of heat on it. Allen possesses though. Now reverse back out to Delente. Delente, couple of dribbles to Crouch. Left side South. She'll trigger another 3. No good. It is possible for her to miss today. 17-4 the score. 5:13 to go in the second. How about 3 threes in 90 seconds for Sadie South? That's a travel. Possession back to Upperman. And Shelbyville needed to call a timeout about 35 minutes ago as Harold Bass and Butler check back in. Because this one could get ugly in a hurry with how the Lady Bees have shot it so far here in quarter number 2. Pass across the timeline. Now finds Butler. Butler into Harrell. One-on-one. They'll go inside this time. No good. Rebound for Lanaya Young. Young checking over her shoulder a couple of times. I told you, it's all about the penetration game with Shelbyville, and that's a travel. Possession back to Upperman. Cora Bass across the timeline. Far be it from me to tell Upperman how to run anything. You imagine 11 going to touch the ball here pretty soon. Pass ricochets around a couple of times, and now there'll be a tie-up and a foul called on Ella Harrell. Be her first, team's first. Officials largely completely stayed out of it. No problem for me on that one. As Maggie Butler will check in for Gracie Butler. 5 on the floor here. It is Maggie Butler, South, Bass, Delenti, and Harrell for the Lady Bees. They lead by 13 as they've opened up the quarter on a 9-0 run. All off the right hand of Sadie South. Feed over left side. In rhythm, 4-3 for Shelbyville. Can't get it. Nice rebound for Harrell. She'll send it to South, who will push it ahead. South in transition now. Flips back to Taylor Delenti. Delenti, defender comes out to her. She'll run around her. Now to Bass. Little head fake for Cora Bass. Back towards the center court logo here at Beach. Bass in the lane. Flips over to Harrell. That's a sick feed from Bass. And Ella Harrell rewards her with an assist. A 9-0 run to open the quarter for Upperman. I can't do math. An 11-0 run to open the quarter. And now it is timeout time for Shelbyville as the Lady Bees have opened up a 15-point lead, and this is the best 4.5-minute stretch of the season so far for the ladies in pink out of Baxter, Tennessee. Timeout on the floor called by Shelbyville. And they have gotten nothing on the offensive end so far. A couple of tough shots. Other than that, haven't even attempted that many as the turnover numbers are way up there. Bees and Lady Bees in action Saturday against Mount Juliet at Lebanon. Another 4A opponent for both these two teams. As out of the timeout, the inbound will go for Shelbyville, and they will quickly give it right back to the Lady Bees, who are going to win this game tonight by a bunch of points. 3:42 to go in the second. It's 19-4. Bass brings it across the timeline. Now they'll go to work in the half court. Left side, Maggie. Maggie over to Ella Harrell, now to South. South finds Delenti, who's wide open from downtown. Good. Taylor Delenti with her second. Sonia Brown, American Way Real Estate, 3.5. That gives Upperman 6 total in the first 12 minutes or so of the game as Bass nearly gets another steal. They send it over to Young. Now into the corner, trying to trigger the three. Their shooter off the bench, can't find it. That's McCullough. She's 0 for 2 so far, but those have been the best looks they've had. Here goes South, baseline drive. Sadie South, good for 2 more. 11 in the quarter, 14 in the half for the sophomore Sadie South. A 20-point Lady Bee lead and 5 scoreless minutes for Shelbyville to open it. And now Delenti swats it out of play. Hello and good night to our friends from Southern Middle Tennessee. Mentioned, wasn't the best 2 games you've ever seen out of Upperman on Saturday. As they split those 2 meetings, Sierra Nash going to check in, and South gets a well-earned breather. They look real good right now, up by 20. Baseline inbound. We'll see where they sit. The preseason #1 in the UC Top 5. We'll have the new UC Top 5 later on tonight on that football and basketball show. It's going to start after basketball ends. There's a pass over everybody's head, out of play. It'll go back to Upperman. Spoiler alert. They're not dropping, so figure out where they're going to be. It's 24-4, 2:25 and counting to go in the half. Speaking of another top 5 team, how about 2 of them? The Dragonettes and Lady Cavaliers in action later on tonight. A 6 o'clock tip-off followed by the boys' game. Jacob will have all the action for you right here on the main page on Facebook. As Bass finds Harrell. Harrell flips to Butler. Gracie Butler inside and a charge. Good job of getting defensive positioning in there for Nija Gray. And it'll go the other way. Second personal on Gracie Butler. Ava McAllen to the table alongside Cassie Crouch. And this is a new look lineup here for the Lady Bees. Allen, Crouch, Nash, Maggie Butler, and Ella Harrell. See if they can generate some offense with these 5. If they can, that would be a big weapon for coach if they ever get into foul trouble. Now ahead into the half court. All these girls have played in spades, just not all together, as we'll have a little tie-up and a foul called. It'll go on Crouch. That is her first. That was a little ticky-tack for my liking, but we play on. It's a 20-point game. We're in Middle Tennessee. They don't like to play defense out here. It's all right. My wife, who played out here, says, nope, it's a little different animal where we're at now. A little hand fight never hurt anybody. Into the low block, swatted. Maggie Butler comes over with the block. Having a really strong start to the game on defense. And there goes Taylor DeLinty to the table. So we won't know if this group will give any offense for Upperman. Maggie Butler gets a breather now. No streams tomorrow or Thursday. Then we will have football and basketball on Friday. Now a swipe and a steal for DeLinty. Nash goes over to possess, and now here comes Upperman. Numbers if they hurry for Taylor DeLinty. Sends to Ava Mae Allen. Allen over pass to Nash. Now DeLinty trying to orchestrate the half-court set. Crouch comes up to possess. Left side Nash. Nash to Allen. Now DeLinty thought about it. Puts the dribble down with the left hand. DeLinty back to Crouch. Now Nash to Allen. Trying to post up Harrell on the low block. Nice shot fake. DeLinty flips it over to Harrell, puts it up in the foul. And the ball got stuck up on top of the backboard. See if we can get that down. Ella Harrell's going to go to the line to shoot 2 at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Foul goes on 30. That's Morgan Pridmore. We got the ball down. 1:06 to go in the first half. Upperman with a 16-0 run here in quarter number 2 after being 8-4 at the end of 1. First one for Harrell, in and out, no good. You mentioned first quarter was just missed layups and missed open threes. They've made those here in quarter number 2, and they've spaced it out significantly. In a game they were supposed to handle business. Harrell rattles home that one. It's good. 21-point game. Pressure not relenting here for the Lady Bees. Shelbyville struggling, and there's another travel. Third travel of the quarter. I would like to give you all a spoiler. Upperman's going to be 3-1 in about 40 minutes. And they will go into the Thanksgiving break. Crouch going across the timeline. Finds Harrell. Harrell waits. They try to do this to get DeLinty free, and it worked. From a mile away, she's got the range, but it's no good. 45 seconds left for Shelbyville. Can they score in the quarter? Nice little shoulder fake. Allen reestablishes defensive positioning. Now Western has it. 34 seconds. Now a little flip pass. McCullough looking into as Harrell swats that one away. Ricochets around. Shelbyville keeps possession, and I'll tell you they shouldn't have, because Barry was running the other way, which is the universal sign for I touched that. But they keep it with 25 seconds to go in the half. Western inbounds. Gets it to McCullough. Nice feed over. Now they send it into the corner. Little head fake. Leslie trying to find some room to operate against the 2-3. Western now starts to drive. Now forced back. 12 seconds. 11. Young. Spinning into the low block. 3 Lady Bees there. No. Barry got the rebound. Now Harrell picks her up. Barry feeds out. 2 seconds. Now over left side. They will not get a shot away. And it's a shutout in the second for Upperman. They outscore Shelbyville 17-0 in the frame and take a 25-4 lead into the halftime locker room. When we come back, we'll have third quarter action here from Beach. It's all Lady Bees early. This is Upperman basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement. And start a career where memories start with you.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home on Links Drive in Cookeville. With 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms at a prime location, this could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective Auction Group offers expertise in a variety of services, including real estate, personal property, equipment, and nonprofit benefit auctions. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their upcoming auctions at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality Family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
When you order delivery from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium 2-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. All Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. All Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. All Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do. Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Welcome back. Abbreviated Happy Hiller halftime show. Visit happyhiller.com to see how our friends at Hiller can help solve your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical problems today. It's happyhiller.com. Lady B's defense got Shelbyville in a straitjacket right now, outscoring the Eaglettes 17-0 in quarter number 2 on the back of 3 quick Sadie South threes. Upperman leads 25-4, and they're looking to continue it here in the fourth quarter, or in the third quarter rather, with 40 seconds to go in halftime. Sadie South, 14 points in half number 1. 6 for Taylor Delenti, 3 for Ella Harrell, 2 for Gracie Butler, for a team total of 25. I'm Noah McKay. Madison McKay to my left. Happy to be along with you today as we are set for third quarter action. Upperman in their pink out game. Usually about one time a season they break out the pink jerseys. Last year, if I recall, this was at Lakeway Christian when they went out to East Tennessee on a Saturday. This year, I think all the numbers remain the same, which is very helpful to the broadcaster. That always throws me off into a loop, especially with some of them who look the same. 25-4 lead for the Lady Bees. This is a Shelbyville team. They're 2-1 entering today. Had a hard-fought loss to open the season to Franklin Road Academy, 55-44. Destroyed Glencliff, 78-10. They got a narrow win yesterday here against the host school Beach, 44-42. Upperman also 2-1. Mentioned nice win over Clay. Tight loss with Morristown East and a tight win with Maryville, but that was the best quarter we've seen out of Upperman so far here this season. And we'll see if they can parlay that into a big finish. Once again, coming up later on tonight, Cookville hosting York in an Upper Cumberland battle. That'll be a very fun matchup to watch. And then we will have the football and basketball show as Jacob and myself preview semifinal matchups. York and Marion County, Macon County taking on Anderson County. We'll also give the UC Top 5 and talk some hoops. It'll be a late night, but we'll have some fun. Shelbyville with the basketball. They've struggled with the 2-3 look of the Lady Bees there in that second quarter as Western gives over right side. They could use this, and they get it. Lanaya Young hits the 3, and the scoreless drought ends, and it's back to a 18-point game. They didn't attempt very many threes in that first half. They're going to have to here as Delenti has it left side. Gives over to Bass. Bass off a screen. Flips back to Delenti. Now Gracie Butler has it. Butler goes to work. Kicks back to Delenti. She'll start to drive. Reverse back to Bass. Now South out of the corner. Back out to Cora Bass. New play in. Butler comes up to possess. Maggie flips to Gracie. Gracie cut off by Young. It's a steal. Now it's a foot race the other way. Young, feet slip out from under her, and a foul is called. Probably could have been a travel, but they get the foul. This will be the third on Gracie Butler, so that's a big call. Only player in the game with more than one. Butler now has 3, and we'll see if Coach McWilliams leaves her in the game or goes to the bench here and try to protect that foul count. Maybe a little bit different of a decision with an 18-point lead than if it was tight. We'll have to wait and see. Inbounds now into the mid-range. Trying to find room to operate is Shelbyville. As they get back to Western. Western with a pass left side. Lanaya Young hit a 3 to open up the half. Ended a long scoreless drought. Now it's a moving screen. Gray just kind of leaned over into Bass as she tried to work over it, and possession goes back to Upperman. It's the first team foul of the half against Shelbyville. Bass with it into the half court, accelerates into a defender, now forced back. Bass fakes and now drives around, and a foul will be called here on Leslie, and Cora Bass is going to get an open lay-in. We saw her hit that against Maryville. It was a really nice play. Just they do those flip passes all the time. Looks like she's going to, and then she accelerates around and gets a free layup. The foul takes that away. It's the second team foul against the Eaglettes. Now Bass, she hits it again. This time it's shielded off. Delenti with it. Now over to Maggie Butler. Finds Gracie. Gracie playing with 3 fouls. Now to Delenti. Delenti had 2 threes. 6 total in the half as Butler gets free inside. Now back to Delenti. For number 7, she got it. Nothing but net. Taylor Delenti with her 3rd. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 of the game. The 7th of the night for Upperman. Back out in front by 21. Now that pass tipped by Gracie Butler right to Maggie, and Upperman will push it ahead. Delenti bringing it across the timeline. Between the legs dribble, now left side, Gracie Butler. Butler accelerates into the baseline. Butler off the glass. Good and 1. Gracie Butler doing Gracie Butler things. She'll go to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. Upperman out in front, 30-7. You have the shooters with South and Delenti. The penetrator with Gracie Butler. What a great 3-headed attack offensively these Lady Bees have. Free throw for Gracie Butler is good. Puts her up to 5 points in the game. Now working it across is Patton. Patton trying to solve the press. Nice feed into the interior. Little runner thrown up. No. Rebound tipped around. There's a tie-up and a jump. The arrow belongs to Upperman. So Lady Bees regain possession in a 31-7 ball game. Once again, Bees and Lady Bees in action Saturday afternoon in Lebanon when they take on Mount Juliet in a doubleheader. Butler has it. Butler over to Delenti, right side. Now nice give and go. Gracie Butler couldn't get the lay. Little collision, she's okay. Here comes Shelbyville the other way with numbers if they hurry. Patton across the timeline, picked up by South. Now fired a pass inside, tipped a couple of times. It'll stay on this end with Shelbyville. They went to that part of the zone where Butler was trying to get back. Maggie did a good job of blocking it. 5:08 to go in quarter number 3. 31-7 our score. As they send outside Leslie, now working around the world for Patton. Patton back to Young. Now into the middle of the lane. Western fires a pass through a couple of different defenders. Step back jumper, that's a 2. It's no good. Long rebound. Can't be saved in. Great effort there for the Eaglettes as diving for it was Janiah Leslie, but Upperman gets it back with 4:53 to go in the 3rd. Now nearly a steal as the pressure works. They do get the steal. Now inside, nice little feed to Patton, but shot disrupted by Maggie Butler, and now a foul. Good job getting back by Maggie Butler. And the foul will be called on Leslie. Her second, team's first. Pardon me, team's 4th. I cannot do any math. We know this. I read the wrong side of the scoreboard. I don't have their 4th. Madison doesn't have their 4th. Yeah, we're going to go with their 1st. I think that's right. I don't remember them having 4 fouls, but maybe they do. Shelbyville trying the full court pressure. Delenti. Maggie Butler now over to Gracie. Gracie into the half court. Accelerates inside, now swiped out of her hands as another turnover. Here comes Shelbyville the other way in transition with numbers. Young up and under, can't get the finish. Got her own rebound though, the putback is good. Lanaya Young far and away the leading scorer. She's got 7 of their 9 points, but now Delenti ahead for the easy lay and can't make it fall. 4 to 5 missed layups tonight for the Lady Bees. We'd be at a running clock so far. Is that 3? My goodness. And Dana McWilliams wants to talk about it. Janiah Leslie jumps into the triple and she hit it. And Shelbyville's got a little life as it's down to a 19-point game. 30-second timeout on the floor. And for Shelbyville, not something you want to see. Morgan Pridmore, she has her shoe off and kind of favoring her left leg. She hadn't been back in the game for a while. Missed when it happened, but hopefully she's okay and just precautionary getting her out of the game. 4:08 to go in the third quarter. It's 31-12. An Upperman lead, but all of a sudden Shelbyville getting the offense working. Didn't score in the second. They got 8 points so far here in the third on a couple of threes and a 2. It'll be Upperman basketball as they try to regain control. Delenti gets it into Cora Bass. Bass accelerates into the half court across the timeline. Slams the brakes, now flips to Delenti. Shelbyville trying to up the energy. Delenti drives in and is fouled. Taylor Delenti to the Sonia Brown, the American Way Real Estate free throw line where she will shoot a couple. And the foul goes on number 12. That's Gray. That's her second. They have the team's 5 fouls up on the board. I didn't have that. Mads didn't have that, but they do in the gym. First free throw for Delenti rolls through. It's good. 10 points today for Taylor Delenti, the team's leading scorer entering the game. Next one good for Delenti as well. She goes 2 for 2 at the stripe. Upperman back out in front by 21. Patton with it in the half court. Dangerous pass, but going up to get it is Young. Fires a pass that's tipped. Delenti able to grab it. Now working away from a double team and a foul. This one's going to go on Patton. And it's going to be 2 free throws for Taylor Delenti as they've hit the bonus. We'll adjust the screen. Into the bonus goes Upperman. So Taylor Delenti just made 2. She goes back for 2 more. First one up and good. And she's starting to hunt down south for the team lead in points in the ball game. Those 2 very good scoring threats alongside Gracie Butler. Is Delenti's second one good as well. 2 for 2 at the stripe. And just like that, momentum gone. Upperman back out in front by 23. Good timeout by Coach McWilliams. One of the best whiteboard coaches you're going to find anywhere. And there's another turnover as Upperman's trying to speed up this Shelbyville team with that pressure, make them make fast passes. 35-12 the score. 3:38 to go in quarter number 3. It would really help if I'd put the scoreboard on the screen. There we go. Bass going to bring it up. Sends it over to South. It's a little different with this new scoreboard. I got to hit an extra button. Maggie Butler for 3. No good. Long rebound. Out of play. There it is. Told you it was 35-12. And they're in the bonus. Possession going to go back to Shelbyville here. As no, get an Eaglet back into the game off the bench. That's Barry. Eaglet's trying to work something offensively. Back and forth they go. Young, she's had a nice game today. She's just trying to get some support around her against a very good Lady Bees squad. Western sends over. Grabbed by Leslie. Leslie inside the three-point arc, no good. Rebound tipped out of play, and it's going to go to the Lady Bees with 3:02 to go here in quarter number 3. Again, full court pressure. Cora Bass has it. Nice crossover. Bass accelerates into the front court. Sends it over to Maggie Butler. Butler underneath the basket. Good for 2. Wasting no time. Cora Bass breaks the press and finds Butler for her first points of the day. Now inside Young. Throws up the runner. Nothing doing. Rebound down. A tie up. It's still loose. Taylor Delenti comes away. Back to Bass. Upperman out in front by 25 now. Pulling away. Ahead to Maggie Butler, finds Harrell. Harrell spins back to South. South with an extra feed to Delenti. No good. Good pass from South. It's swiped by Harrell. Delenti goes out to get it. It would have been a very deep 3 for Sadie South. An unselfish play. Just couldn't get the finish. But they get possession back. Now she's wide open. Can't pass that one up. And it's good. Sadie South again. Her 5th. Sonia Brown on the American Way Real Estate 3 of the game. And Upperman on the doorstep, setting this to running clock territory into the fourth quarter. Nearing 2 minutes to play in the third. Now a drive for Western. Runs into Harrell. Nothing doing. Rebound tipped. Delenti's okay, 2-on-1 for the Lady Bees. Bass, pass fake, puts it up, no. South ricochets the rebound. It'll stay on this end with Upperman. Sadie South, 17 points, 5 threes in the game for the sophomore. Cassie Crouch going to check in. Cora Bass gets a breather. 40-12. All Lady Bees here on a Tuesday afternoon. And now an errant pass, and it's going to go out of play. Just a little bit rushed there. And Shelbyville gets it back. So Shelbyville hit that big three, prompted the timeout from Coach McWilliams, and since then, on a little bit of a drought again as Upperman has settled back in on the defensive end. Back into the press, it works. Delenti steals the pass. Now ahead, sends it over to Crouch. She throws it up, and it's blocked in the foul. McFarland going to make the youngster earn it, and Cassie Crouch goes to the stripe to shoot two. The Sonia Brown of the American Way Real Estate free throw line. Crouch sets up, trying to push it to 30. First one, no good. Couldn't get the roll. Mention the JV game against Morristown East. Or, yes, it was against Morristown East. She tore them apart. I mean, in a JV game, that was not a fair fight as the Uppermen just smoked them. She was dishing dimes. This free throw is good. Cassie Crouch gets the freebie. Gets onto the stat sheet for the first time today. Ava Mae Allen back into the game here for Upperman with 1:38 to go in quarter number 3, leading by 29. Now another feed as they try to break the press. Dangerous pass, tipped out of play, and they will keep it with Shelbyville. Back to the table and in is Leslie. (41-12) the score. And she says, where are you going? Now they do get it into Leslie. She's waiting on her teammates to start moving, and everyone was standing. She's able to find an open girl. Now Young off the dribble, gets into the mid-range. Nice little floater up and good. I tell you, Lanaya Young's having herself a good game and a really good quarter. 7 points so far in the frame for her. Back to a 27-point game. Crouch to Delenti, 1:09 to go in quarter number 3. Back to Allen. Allen picks up the dribble. Crouch goes out to possess. A little behind the back move for Crouch, trying to find room to operate. It's tipped up into the air and a foul as Crouch grabs hold. It'll be foul number 2 on Crouch. Cora Bass back to the table with 53.6 to go in quarter number 3. Bass back in here. A good job to still be playing hard by Shelbyville. A game which has gotten away from them a little bit. Just too much in paint tonight for them. Especially when they're shooting it like the way they are right now. They're tough to beat. And there's a travel. We've had several of those on those little shot fakes, and the feet start moving a bit too early. 42 seconds. See if Upperman holds for the final look. Here in Shackle Island. You may think we're in Hendersonville. We are technically in Shackle Island. It's right next to Hendersonville, and it's way cooler of a name than Hendersonville. For the Beach Buccaneers, as now we'll have a foul, and this is going to be 2 free throws for Cora Bass as Leslie picks up her 3rd personal. And Cora Bass to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot a couple. The Hume Fog boys are in the building. That's a team that the Upperman boys could meet at a certain point down the line, potentially in the Murphy Center if both teams get what they want to have done this year. First free throw is good for Bass. At least I'm assuming that's what the blue HF on the coaches' shirts to our right stands for. We're having a 2-day classic here at Beach. Cora Bass, 2 for 2 at the stripe. That'll be good to see for Coach McWilliams, shooting it better at the free throw line as a team in this game. As now bringing it up with 22 seconds into the lane of the trees. Dangerous feed and a foul will be called. Taylor Delenti is going to pick up her first personal. We have got some feedback in our ears, so that's why I'm going a little bit quiet, because I'm trying to get that fixed, because it sounds like death. 43-14 is our score. Left side, 3 ball is up. That's no good. Rebound down. Harrell tips it to herself. A chance for the Lady Bees to finish with an exclamation point. Bass over to Delenti. 6 seconds left for Delenti. Back to Allen. 4 seconds. Bass. Shot fake over to South. This would count. No good, and that brings us to the end of 3 with Upperman in control. Lady Bees 43, Eaglettes 14. It's Upperman basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present the Goff Ridge Resort at Center Hill Lake, featuring homes and large level building lots. Homes starting in the 290s and building lots starting at $42,900. The lots are soil tested and approved with utilities at the road and are ready for you to build your dream home. For more information, contact Realtor Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. 1 quarter to go here at Beach. As Upperman in control, 43-14 against the Shelbyville Eaglettes. I'm Noah McKay on the call. The lovely Madison McKay is producing things over to my left, running the scoreboard and the camera. As this one's knocked out of play, and Upperman's 1 point away from a running clock. Sierra Nash checks back in. Matt, I'm going to be honest with you in the comments, my friend. If the NFHS feed went down, there's a 99.9% chance the school can't do anything about it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. It's possible that it will come back to life, as it'll be a new stream for that next game. But don't hold your breath, and I'm just going to be honest with you. It's probably completely out of the school's hands, that technology. So I hope they get it on as South gets open for another 3. That one's no good. Rebound tipped. Allen got it tipped to Nash. Now out to Bass. Cora Bass going to trigger the 3. Off the dribble, no. Rebound down to Shelbyville. Shelbyville got 10 points in that quarter, by far their biggest output in a quarter so far today. Ladiah Young with 7 of those 10 points. Only 3 different Eaglettes have scored in this game. Young with 9, 3 for Leslie, and 2 for Western. Western with the basketball here in the half court. Kicks back to Young. Young now sends over left side McCullough. McCullough starts to drive, now bounces back. Western thought about the 3. She's going to trigger it. Off the dribble, nearly banked it in. Sierra Nash there for the rebound. Now a senior Nash. Picked up her dribble, and the feet kept moving just a little bit. So it'll go back to Shelbyville. And as Coach McWilliams getting into her bench now, working these new rotations with a big lead, giving players an opportunity. Crouch back in, along with Nash, Maggie Butler, Ava Mae Allen, and Sadie South. Sadie South pacing the way. 17 points, 5 3-pointers. Taylor Delenti with 13. She's got 3 triples of her own. Now off the dribble, trying to work it through is Leslie. She'll get free. That's a nice take, but the shot's no good. Rebound tip. South comes away, and now Sadie South slams the brakes. It's knocked out of her hands. Good transition defense from behind for Shelbyville. Now they're trying to run it ahead. Kind of out of control lane attempt, no good. Pass ahead here to Crouch, and she'll slow it down. Now Ava Mae Allen back to Crouch. Now Allen, backdoor feed to Crouch. Nice play, but the lay won't go. There have been a ton of missed layups tonight for Upperman. They could be out in front by 40+. As this one's tipped, Crouch going to come away. Now in transition. Going back is Young. Crouch puts it in. Nice take after the steal for Cassie Crouch. 45-14 our score. Upperman now pushes it to a running clock with a 31-point lead. Nearly a carry, but it is a 31-point game. So we will play on. Now a foul as Crouch reaches around. That'll be her third personal. First team foul, and the clock stops, and we should be running. We got more games to play tonight. This 31-point game. Run that thing. We got shows to do. We got Cookeville, York tonight. Jacob asked yesterday if I'd make it back. He was joking on air. No, I will not, but Jacob Vincent will have all the action for you. And the Upper Cumberland battle, they've had some wars on that girls' side in recent years. Baseline drive here now, forced back out. Little tip. Shelbyville trying to work it in the half court. Young sends it into Barry. Butler there defensively and blocks it out of play. Great defensive game today for Maggie Butler. You could tell the game plan early on was to get it inside, and Maggie Butler stood tall consistently. We'll get our first look at Abby Stone into the game. I imagine that's it for Maggie Butler, as they're getting some of the younger ones in. Auburn Johnson's into the game as well. 31-point game. Still a lot of the starters in there, a couple of starters in there for Shelbyville, so they may have a better chance right now. We'll see. Leslie's one of those starters. She sends it over to McCullough. Back to Leslie. Just a little out of sync today for Shelbyville. And now nearly a travel. They'll play it over. 3-ball up and good. Lanaya Young hits her second three. She's up to 12 points, by far and away the leading scorer for Shelbyville. Here's Allen in the half court. Finds Crouch. Crouch right side Nash. She's wide open for three. No good. Too strong for Sierra Nash. 4:18 to go in the ball game. Now left side Young again. Stone trying to battle in with Barry. Big size advantage there for Shelbyville, but Stone's holding her own. Now they get it to Barry, who steps through a foul. It's no good, and she'll go to the line to shoot two. Jada Barry. That's the first foul on Stone. Barry goes to the line to shoot two with 4:03 to go in a 28-point game. The first one for Barry. Up and couldn't get the roll. 45-17. All Lady Bees here. Still some of the mainstays for Shelbyville out there against a lot of the 2s and 3s for Upperman. Free throw was no good, but Young gets another rebound, and she is a big advantage right now for them, and she's making it closer than it was at 26 as we go under 4 minutes to play. Johnson off the dribble, sends to Stone. Stone to Crouch in the corner. Crouch picks up. Now back out to Nash. Johnson, one-on-one, blows past, shot blocked in the foul. She'll go to the Sonia Brown with the American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot two. Barry going to be called for the personal. And now, going to get to see some new Lady Bees in as well. Johnson to the line. First one for Auburn Johnson is good as she gets the roll. Liliana Vega getting it, or pardon me, Liliana Wilson. We've got a host of new Lady Bees. This is fun. Liliana Wilson, Matt is here in the building, of course. We've got Bella Fye about to check into the game. Don't buy until you see Jason Fye. I talked to her dad earlier today. We got so many different Lady Bees in. This will be a fun 4 minutes or so here in the ball game. And still, the leading scorer out there in the form of Young. Passing to the low block. Barry, and a foul called on Wilson as she goes in. Trying to defend against Barry. And Barry just with a huge size advantage here in quarter number 4. And Wilson, of course, younger sister of Alec Wilson, the senior baseball player in Baxter, as the first free throw is good. She's done a lot of that new scoreboard that they got at the baseball field. She was doing a lot of that last year, running it, making sure it was on schedule. And you know she did a good job because you didn't hear people complaining about the scoreboard. Second free throw, no good. Offensive rebound, though, for Young. And tries to go around, and a foul will be called on the floor against Wilson. Be her second. 5 on the floor here. T.T. Carson Liliana Wilson, Abby Stone, Auburn Johnson, and Bella Fye. (47-20) is our score. Inbounds sent into Patton. Now McCullough, she's going to trigger the three. That one's no good. Fight for the rebound, and Johnson got two hands and made sure she got that positioning. She'll pick up the personal. And if you're going to pick up the foul, make it count. She made sure. This is going to be 2 free throws as they're in the bonus. So we're going to have a long 3 minutes and 20 seconds here. Barry going to the line. I'm going to beg you, Shelbyville, please take out your starters. Please. It is over. As the first free throw for Barry is no good. You're seeing the Lady Bees of the future on the floor now. Next one for Barry is good. She splits them. It's going to be and they're going to come out in the pressure against freshmen in their early varsity minutes. Let's see how they handle it. Johnson able to possess that pass, crosses over, splits the traffic. Now Johnson works it over left side, starts to drive, kicks to Stone. Stone gets free, now back out to Fye. Fye with a left-handed dribble, back to Stone. Stone with a baseline drive and a foul. Patton picks up her second to be the team's second. Holding their own on the offensive end of the young Lady Bees. Wilson, Stone, Johnson, Fye, and Carson. And now I imagine Young's day is done. The bright spot today, inbounds to Stone, and she's fouled. Abby Stone will go back to the Sonia Brown American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2 in a 26-point game. And you see, nothing changes offensively for Upperman. They're still trying to do the same things no matter who's out there. They don't just go into free-for-all mode when they get into the bench a little bit. First free throw is no good for Stone. 3:01 to play. Second one, no good. Fight for the rebound. Little collision. Where's it going? It'll stay with the Lady Bees. I don't know what the record is for Upperman in the pink jerseys. I can't remember them losing a game in the pink jersey, so it's going to be pretty good. Inbounds, Stone looking for it. It's knocked out of her hands. It'll stay over here with Upperman. They break him out early in the season. Inbound over to Fye. Fye puts the dribble down, now works it back for Johnson. Johnson inside, little pass fake, puts it up, good, and one. Auburn Johnson with a nice take. And she will go to the line to try to complete a three-point play. How about that? Little pass fake to the outside, finish through contact. And Barry's coming back into the game here for Shelbyville. Lord, give me the strength as Johnson sets up at the stripe. Free throw up. No good. Rebound down, and Shelbyville will push it ahead. Kinley Patton. Looking right at the 2-3 of the Lady Bees at 2:45 to play. They're up by 28. Going to get to 3-1 on the young campaign. And then turn their attention towards Thanksgiving and a matchup with Mount Juliet on Saturday. A pass back. McFarland. Now it's stolen away. Wilson able to grab it. Here comes Fye. Fye. Eyes up. Now to Johnson. Now, flip back, Bella Fye. Fye now surveying the floor. Johnson off a screen, starts to drive, fires a pass, tip. Carson able to possess. Stone to Johnson. Johnson drives inside again. Auburn Johnson, no, but Stone right there for the rebound. Now over to Wilson. Liliana Wilson bounces it back for Fye. Carson flips back. Johnson sees the Red Sea part, says thank you very much, and lays it in for 2 more. Auburn Johnson with 5 points here in quarter number 4, back to a 30-point lead for Upperman. Strong, consistent performance today. Only thing they'll probably want back is the missed layups, but they've taken care of business. Now here's a steal for Carson in transition. T.T. Carson puts it up and good. T.T. Carson adds to the scoring for Upperman. as they have completely blown it up. JV coming in and handling business. McCullough starts to drive, fires it across to the low block. Shot up, no. Rebound down. Second chance is good. Stoppage just for subs. That second chance point for McFarland went through. That's her first points in the game. Stick around. We'll have the Legacy House and American Farmhouse post-game show go through the scoring and have the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. And a lot of names to get to during that scoring report. Carson sends over to Wilson. Wilson thought about the three. Instead, I heard her dad exclaim he wanted her to shoot it. Now Johnson drives in, puts it up, and a foul. Auburn Johnson having a good fourth quarter. She'll go back to the stripe to shoot two more. Made a free throw there earlier. Yeah, I got noise-canceling headphones on, and I still got Matt Wilson. He wanted that three. His lovely wife, Nicole, she didn't make any noise on that one that I could hear over here. But Matt, we got it clear. First one, no good for Johnson. Matt's a good friend. His next free throw is good as well. 1 for 2 at the line there for Johnson. She's up to 6 in the quarter. 57 seconds to play here this evening. No stutter step. Good defense there. It's tipped by Stone. Racing back for it. Shelbyville has it in the backcourt. See if they can capitalize. Little head fake. Now still a starter in there in the form of Leslie. Barry's in the low block. I mean, what are we doing here? Pass intercepted by Stone, but advantage to Upperman JV. Now a poked away, and they'll get it back. Leslie drives in, throws up the shot. Good for 2. 29-point lead for the Lady Bees. See if they dribble it out with 20 seconds to go. 5. Now they work it around for Stone. That one tipped and a foul. And this is going to be 2 free throws for the Lady Bees. Abby Stone going to go to the stripe to shoot 2. See if she can get her name onto the offensive stat sheet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Lady Bees have scored so far here today. Stone trying to make it 10. Oh, couldn't get that to fall. In and out. By far the most complete effort of the season for Upperman. A really good win in game number 1 against Clay County. Second free throw, no good. Offensive rebound, though. T.T. Carson gets it. 10 seconds left, and Stone can dribble it out. It is a great complete effort tonight for the Lady Bees as they get it done over another 4A opponent. Final score, Upperman 54, Shelbyville 25. We welcome you into the Legacy House, an American Farmhouse post-game show, as we will tally up the scoring here quickly, bring it to you, and get to the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. For most of the starters, for all the starters, all the points came in in the first 3 quarters, rather, for Upperman tonight. And they still had a pretty good offensive output. Scoring for the game for the Lady Bees is as follows. Sadie South leads them with 17, including 5 3-pointers. 13 for Taylor Delente. She had 3 triples of her own. 6 points for Auburn Johnson, 5 for Gracie Butler. And here we go. 3 for Cassie Crouch, 3 for Ella Harrell, 2 apiece. Cora Bass, Maggie Butler, T.T. Carson, for a team total of 54, which is their highest scoring output of the season, and 25 allowed, their lowest scoring output allowed this season. The Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game, without a doubt, the spark plug again for the second straight game, Sadie South. 3 threes in the opening 90 seconds of quarter number 2 rather, sparked them out to a huge run. They won the second quarter 17-0 and never looked back as Upperman improves to 3-1 on this season. Shelbyville falls to 2-2. Lady Bees back in action on Saturday at Lebanon when they take on Mount Juliet in that classic they have every year at Lebanon High School. Coach Barrett does a really nice job with it, and Coach McDowell as well. The Bees will also be in action against Mount Juliet coming up on Saturday. We hope you'll stick around on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. About 45 minutes from now is tip-off in a doubleheader between Cookeville and York girls game. Starts at 6 with the boys game to follow. Jacob Vincent will have all the action. Then later on tonight, after the conclusion of basketball, probably 9:30 or so, could be a little earlier, maybe a little later, for the UCR basketball and football show. We will preview the semifinal round of the playoffs, give the new UC basketball boys and girls top fives, and talk a whole lot about a whole lot of different high school sports across the Upper Cumberland. Lady Bees get it done today here at Beach. Your final score, Upperman 54, Shelbyville 25. Keep your eyes on UpperCumberlandReporter.com for the latest.